Hi Leo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your April 2021 Bridging the Gap love reading. Thanks to those who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, the way the Bridging the Gap spread works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward a connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. And we'll look at the past energies, present energies, future energies. Once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards with some additional insight. That's where the Bridging the Gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot. On the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that away, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, a few cards came up. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse, which is Pisces energy. Three of Cups, which is Cancer energy, and Wisdom. This is the equivalent of the High Priestess in traditional tarot. And usually I view this as Pisces energy too. So this could just be saying that you might have, primarily just been thinking about the connection. You might have had an emotional attachment toward this person. I don't necessarily feel like you were outwardly expressing it. You might have been giving a lot more energy to your friendships, and for some of you might have even just been enrolled in school or going for some kind of a certification within your job. So for the most part, I don't really feel like you were expressing your interest toward this person. You might have, I wouldn't flat out say you were keeping it hidden necessarily, but it just feels like you weren't necessarily expressing it for whatever reason. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Stars. So this is actually the major arcana card for Aquarius, which is your opposite sign. So for a lot of you, I feel like this is saying that they really did, see a lot of potential in you in the past and thought that this could be a really good connection. But again, similar to your energy where I'm picking up on, I feel like you might not have been, outwardly expressing your attraction toward this person. I feel like they were kind of in their own minds as well around it, because we see, our back is turned in the situation. So I feel like there was that desire on their part too, but they weren't really coming forward and expressing that either. Alright, present energy, had a few cards come up here too. We have Justice, which is Libra energy. Two of Cups, which is Cancer energy. Five of Staves, which is Leo energy. And the Princess of Arrows, which is, technically, it's not any particular air sign, but it's air energy, so communication there. It's the equivalent of the Page of Swords in traditional tarot. So for you guys, Libra energy is your third house communication. So for some of you, this could just be saying that you might actually, be considering coming in to restore balance in a connection. The Two of Cups in this deck in particular always stands out to me because we see like a stormy atmosphere in the background. It's like there's lightning. Clearly, it looks like a storm was going on. One of the cups is knocked over. So it could just be saying that, this might have taken you guys a while to get the connection off the ground, but it looks like you guys are going to be coming in. And possibly if there was some kind of an argument, so maybe that's where the disconnect was coming from. Maybe you guys, for example, during the Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, maybe you guys went through an argument. This could just be saying that you're trying to come in to restore the balance and actually express yourselves around the connection. Could be some nervousness around it, given that we see the butterflies there, but looks like that's at least your intention now. So we see, as opposed to just feeling it and thinking about it, looks like you're actually going to be moving forward this month. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is actually the core card for Libra. So a lot of Libra energy here too. Now, again, given that this is your third house communication, again, this could just be pointing to the fact that you guys are actually going to have a talk now. For some of you, this could be pointing to the full moon in Libra that we're about to have. Could be that, but also I feel like this is saying that similar energy here to where they too could have interest in a relationship if we think about Libras being the natural rulers of the seventh house of relationships and partnerships. But again, I feel like they want you to take the lead there. That's what I'm seeing. Looks like she's looking at a painting of this militant looking person, right? So I feel like this is them just pretty much wanting you guys to take the lead, but having that interest. All right, in the future position on your side, we have the Queen of Staves. So this is actually Aries energy here. So for one, this could just be saying that, as you guys are feeling that energy moving through Aries, giving that to fellow fire sign, I feel like this could be the energy that you're in. Now, what's interesting here is we do see her body language. She's pointed towards the cards on that side. And, usually Wand's energy, or Staves as it's called in this deck, does represent usually taking action. But of course, Queen energy is a bit more on the receptive side. So could just be saying that, for some of you, especially if you do come forward in the present and, have that talk with them, express how you're feeling. I feel like this is kind of you guys waiting for them to kind of, come back around and, give some of the energy back to you. So, you could just be looking for a bit more of an even give and take with this connection. And, this does make me think of the fact that your reading for last month, I think I titled it High Maintenance. So could just be the kind of energy that you're dealing with. For some of you, this could be a continuation of that, where it could just be a person who wants you to do all the heavy lifting in the connection, basically. Future energy on their side, we have the Ace of Chalices in reverse. So for the majority of you, I'm seeing this not necessarily as saying that they're not interested in the connection, but again, I'm feeling it's that same vibe where they really just want you to do all the work. So I don't know how you feel about that. I'd imagine that'd probably get tiring after a while, but that's really what I'm seeing with that. I don't see it as a lack of interest necessarily, just more of they're really expecting you to really take the lead, but it's like a whole other level, basically. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have fertility. So this is the equivalent to the Empress. And again, like I was saying, there's that the receptive energy that comes along with that. And we do actually see a line in the card there, which, you guys, that's your symbol as Leos. But another thing I would say with this too is keep in mind the fact that usually I view this as more the Taurus side of the Venus energy, but of course it is called fertility in this deck in particular. So keep in mind that there is some potential for a conception this month. So keep that in mind if you're going to be doing that with this person. And bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Lovers. So this is actually Gemini energy here. And for some of you, that could be pointing to what it is, that maybe they just have, two separate interests, and, they could be a bit undecided about which person to go with. But I'm not necessarily seeing that as being the case for most of you. I feel like more likely this is saying that they're eventually going to get there. I feel like they're just really slow around this connection. If we see the artwork there, you see there's like the Cupid figure in the clouds, and it looks like he's aiming his arrow at one of the people. So it could just be one of those things saying that maybe as we get closer to Gemini season, they might actually finally be more invested in the connection, because underneath that we actually have the Ace of Pentacles, and it's in the upright. So, that to me would represent them actually putting the effort forward toward the connection. So, I mean, it's totally going to be up to you guys if you think you have the patience to wait for this person, or, just keep putting in the effort where it feels like they're not putting anything back toward you. But that's what I'm seeing there. We'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see if we get anything from the Moonlight deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck, and what I'm looking for is just some jumpers. So first I'll be looking for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while without any cards coming up, I'll just move on to the next Oracle deck. But sometimes we get additional messages here. Oh, okay, got one there. And we'll see if we get any from them to you. Oh, got one there, but it's stuck in the middle of the deck. Hold on, I have to find it. Oh, there we go. All right, so on your side, we have planning. I know that I want you in my future. I'm working on making the proper plans. So to me, that points more to the past energy there, where I was saying, it felt like you, had the attraction toward this person, but I feel like you weren't outwardly expressing it necessarily, right? And then we could see that where it looks like you're coming out of the planning stage, and at least for the majority of you, it looks like you're actually more in the phase of taking action in the present. So makes sense there. Okay. And on their side, we have selfish. It says, I love the way you make me feel, but I can't give you the same in return. This also makes a lot of sense with what we see in the spread. That's definitely the energy that I'm getting from this person, too. Like I said, if you can be patient with them, there's definitely at least some sign that they might be coming around as we get closer to Gemini season. So that would be like toward the end of May, you know. So this is an April reading, so it's not all that far away on paper, but that's what I'm seeing there. Looks like, you know, eventually they'll get there, but it's going to be up to you guys if you have the patience for that or not. All right. And lastly, we'll see if we get anything from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck as well, but here I'm just looking for one card with general advice to wrap up with. All right, so let me just put the deck down. We'll pull a card. So give me a few seconds to tune in. Okay, we'll go with this one. Okay, it says time for a nap. There's the artwork, and the number is 24. See what it has to say. Okay, it says rest, rejuvenation, and renewal, temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. The Oracle's message: this is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your list, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement now. So interesting message there, and it actually made me think of the cards that we do see for you guys in the past. So hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says, when it comes to matters of the heart, don't make any plans right now. If you're not partnered, it's good to take this time out to get to know yourself. If you're involved with someone, relax and just be with your partner. This is going to be an uneventful moment in time. Don't force anything now. Allow things to flow naturally, and a beautiful renewal will take place all by itself. Patience is the key to your heart's desire right now. Withdraw from action in your relationship and give it a rest so that your love and connection can become rejuvenated. So, interesting message there. It definitely seems to mention, being patient and just letting things flow a little bit more naturally. Again, like I said, that's totally going to be a personal preference for you guys as to whether or not you have the patience for that. Like I said, from what I'm seeing, it looks like it might take till we get to Gemini season for you to actually see some signs of this person turning around and giving some of that same energy back toward the connection that you would give. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.